Overcoming the fear of being seen. This is a big one for me, as you are seeing me right now. Obviously, I have come a long way from where I started. The reason why I'm sharing this story is we share the same stories on a universal level. We all resonate with the hero's journey, as it's known, moving from separation to source. We all go through the same archetypes of growth. So I share this in hopes that it resonates with you and maybe inspires you to put yourself out there and develop the ability to be seen. My life changed dramatically when I started putting myself out there and being seen in front of the camera, on social media, and in my life. So, to start with, back to the beginning, why was I afraid of being seen? In my childhood, I was taught I had to hide to be safe. My dad was a federal agent, and so I had to put on this front and be a chameleon. I had to lie about what he did for work. I had to lie about our living situation. Our phone number wasn't in the phone book back when there were phone books. I didn't know where I lived at an early age. All these things were kept hidden from me for my own safety. And in a way, it was true. There was some level of hiding that needed to happen. But on a subconscious level, it taught me to be safe, I need to hide. And in this world, that doesn't get you very far. When you hide, no one knows who you are. You can't share your story, and you can't resonate with people because you're just hiding. So the first time I began to get conscious, I was consciously aware that this was happening, probably wasn't until my late 20s when I started meditating and I learned I was in fight or flight mode all the time since my childhood. So when I began to meditate and I could regulate my nervous system and I started feeling safe in my body for the first time. And this also coincides with my awakening. When I had my spiritual awakening, I realized that death is an illusion. One of the biggest fears we all carry, the fear of death, is something I carried all throughout my life. I was terrified of being killed or kidnapped or some kind of horrible situation happening. And my spiritual awakening allowed me to see that I have lifetimes in different bodies, in different planets, and I don't have to worry about fear of death. It is something that's going to happen, but I'm going to live beyond my death, which is kind of why I started this channel, why I started teaching what I did, becoming a holistic health coach, spiritual guide, so I could share with people and free them from this grip that I was held in for so long, and the freedom and liberation that comes with a spiritual awakening. Everything just gets lighter. You feel so much better. And part of that is allowing yourself to be seen. So what practical steps can you use to be seen? I would say the first thing is you have to decide to write your own story. You become the creator or the co-creator of your own story. You get to write whatever novel about your life that you want. No matter how dire your situation, how unlucky you feel, or how stuck you feel, every day you get an opportunity to write a new story. So taking ownership of everything in your life is the first step. And it gets extreme to the point where I take ownership of my parents. I chose my parents. I chose where I was born. I chose when I was born. I chose all these things on a higher level. And that gives me the ability to take ownership and change the story, change the meaning I apply to those things. So first thing, decide to write your own story. Decide you want to be seen. It's a choice that you make. And then the second thing that really helped me was getting safe in my body. This was where meditation comes in, all the visualizations, all the things I teach, how to regulate your nervous system, because you're not gonna put yourself out there if you think you aren't safe to do so, which is what I felt for a long time. So getting safe in your body, and this means every day meditating, every day choosing your own story. Third thing is make it bigger than you. I really didn't put myself out there until 2020. During the pandy, I saw and felt so much fear in the collective. I just said to myself, I have to put myself out there. That's when I started recording videos. And when I started, I actually didn't even use my own authentic voice. My first 10 videos I posted on my Instagram and Facebook, I read poetry. I read my favorite poets and poems to the camera, because I knew on a deep spiritual level what we were facing was fear and love. And if we can shed light on more love and more trust, more compassion towards people, that is what's going to raise our frequency as a collective. So it actually started sharing other people's poetry and voice. But I did put myself out there, and what comes with that, you're going to expect criticism, expect people to talk shit, expect people to pull you down. But remember, the only people that are trying to pull you down, the reason they try and pull you down is because they think that you're above them. They don't even do it on a conscious level most of the time. One of the best ways I look at people hating on your videos is all criticism stems from the unfulfilled needs. Something along those lines. Anybody that criticizes you, it's because they have needs in their life that aren't being met. So they're going to try and get attention from you and lash out to you. And I like it. It's fine. I've learned to like it. It helps the algorithm. It helps get my voice out there. It's fine. I don't block them. I don't do anything. I just send them a virtual hug. And I realize they're in so much pain that all they can do is hate on somebody that has the courage to be seen. So when you make it bigger than you, it wasn't about my needs. It was about the collective needs. It was about serving other people. And eventually, I got to the point where I was comfortable in front of the camera. I realized, navigated all these hateful comments as well as supportive comments. Some people loved it. And then I started sharing my own thoughts. There's a little squirrel over there. Freaking out. So once I started sharing my own thoughts, my own observations, sharing things that helped me improve my life, eventually I actually got invited to different communities, got invited to work with different people, and things began to expand in a way that I really didn't expect. And then a few years down the line, we're 4 years from when I started sharing my voice. Now I have a YouTube channel and it's resonating with people, and my story is helping them tap into their story and make changes that they want to see in their life. Because we can either be a victim or a hero. In the most simplistic way, we can be a victim to our story and be stuck and stay there, or we can choose to overcome our limitations, choose to overcome what's holding us back, and become the hero of a story. And when you become the hero, you get to be the light for other people. You get to help them on their hero's journey, which is why stories are so valuable and why I love other people's stories. I love to hear how all the pitfalls and navigating what they go through to become the hero of your own story. We all have gifts. We all do, and they're unique. My gifts aren't necessarily the same as your gifts, and my shadows aren't the same as your shadows. We're all unique. But at the same time, we all have gifts, and we all have things that we are offering to the world. You're here for a reason. Your story matters, your voice matters, and you deserve to be seen and heard. You just have to choose for yourself. That's where the chosen ones comes from. We're choosing ourselves. We're choosing to put ourselves out there. We're choosing to do the work to inspire others and ourselves. I think that's all I got for now. I do work with people one-on-one. If you want to reach out to my website, identifying your shadows and gifts is something that I work with people to do. It makes it a little easier. All the answers are already inside you, but sometimes it helps to get help from a guide. So with that, much love. Get out there, share your story, inspire someone, inspire yourself. You deserve it. Ciao.